So I worked at a fast food drive-thru my junior and senior year. Not glamorous, but the hours were flexible and the free food kept me fed. Our manager was this guy named Glenn, and Glenn had one obsession that ruled his entire existence: order accuracy. He talked about it in every meeting. He posted signs about it. He made us repeat it in morning huddles like a prayer. The rule was simple and absolute. The register screen shows the order. That is the order. You make what the screen says. No exceptions, no substitutions, no close enough. One Tuesday, Glenn made an example of Marcus. Marcus was this quiet kid who worked the morning shift, and the customer had ordered a number 2 but wanted the sauce on the side. So Marcus put the sauce on the side but forgot to update it on the screen before handing the food out. Glenn spotted this on the camera footage somehow and fired Marcus on the spot. In front of everyone, he said Marcus had compromised the integrity of the ordering system, and that this was exactly the kind of loose cannon behavior that ruined franchises. After that, the rule got even more serious. Glenn announced that if a customer wanted to change anything on their order, we had to get manager approval first. Written approval, he wasn't kidding. About 2 weeks later, a woman came through with her kid in the back seat. She ordered a Coke, pulled forward, got her drink, then waved me back. "Actually," she said, "can you make that a Diet Coke instead?" This happens 10 times a shift. Normally you'd just swap the cup and nobody would think twice. But Glenn had been lurking nearby, probably waiting for someone to mess up. He came over, crossed his arms and stared at me. So I smiled at the customer and said, "Of course, I just need to void the current order and update the screen for manager approval. That will take about 5 minutes." The woman stared at me. Glenn stared at me. I stared at both of them. Nobody moved. The woman got annoyed and asked why it was such a big deal. Glenn, trapped by his own rule, told her I was following proper protocol and that the policy existed for her protection as a customer. She called that garbage, and Glenn just stood there nodding like what I said made perfect sense. He couldn't contradict me because I was literally doing exactly what he drilled into us. After a full minute of silence, Glenn finally sighed and told me to just make the switch. "Just this once," he added, looking at me like I was the villain here. I handed the woman her Diet Coke, thanked her for her patience, and smiled the entire time. When Glenn walked away, one of the kitchen guys gave me a subtle fist bump. Glenn never mentioned the policy again. It was never officially revoked, but it stopped showing up in the morning huddles. He also stopped lurking around the window waiting to catch people. I kept working there another 4 months until I left for a better job, and Glenn was perfectly pleasant to me the whole time. There was one moment near the end when he tried to write me up for something unrelated, and I just asked him if he wanted to make sure it was documented properly so there would be a record, for accuracy. He approved my vacation request instead. I didn't say anything else. I didn't have to. Some victories are quiet.